Hello guys, welcome back to the channel again. Today I'm going to show you this big lump here. This is my reproduction M2 50 caliber machine gun. Right guys, so let's start showing you this then. So basically what I've got here is the same sort of thing as my A6 for you guys that's in the video on my A6. So what this is a fake receiver box with a fake barrel, and then all the other parts are from a real gun. So it's a really nice prop from any sort of distance, even up close most of the time. You can't tell that it's not a deactivated 50 cal. So it's perfect for having in the anti-aircraft mount or on displays or in the Jeep, anything like that. It's just exactly what you want. So let me show you some of the details that it has here. Right, so let's start at the front of the gun. So you've got this really nice barrel that's been machined to look just exactly like a real barrel. One thing that they have done to this is that the hole on the end of it is actually slightly too small for you to have a 50 caliber round in. You can't notice it when you look at it, but if you were trying to put a bullet into the end of the barrel, it can't actually fit, and that's done just to get around any problems if police are being funny or anything like that, I should say. Then you come up and you've got a real carry handle fitted to this. These are quite smart, they kind of fit in here and you pull them forwards, although mine need a bit of oil on it, and they can be adjusted to be in any direction. God, mine really needs a bit of oil on it, so you see there. So normally that would be hanging underneath the gun, but obviously at the minute that can't be doing that whilst I got it on show. Then you have the shroud, and that's a real piece, you can see there. We just turn it around on the light a bit. You can see that's a really nice bit of kit there. Your sights, again, they're real. You've got a real top cover on it. You can turn your little latch here, lift this up, and then if I spin it down, you can see just the same as the A6, it doesn't actually have any guts in it at all. And again, just the same as the A6, all there is inside there is a mock spring, which lets me do the action of the charging handle to show people how these would work. So lift that back up again. Just before I shut the lid, you can see you've got enough parts here, again like the A6, just enough parts here to grab hold of a belt of ammunition and just hold that in the gun for when you're on display. So let's shut this down now. You have to give it a decent whack. Then get to the back here, nice set of sights, though I believe these are completely post-war sights. Now if you notice, it's got the bracket here for the optics. Now I don't think I've ever seen this sort of setup on a World War II 50 cal where they've got the optics bracket. Can anyone that might know differently please let me know, because that'd be interesting. But I'm pretty certain that in the Second World War they didn't have this additional side bit here to mount the scope on. Oh. Then we get right to the back, you've got your trigger with your grips. I'm going to just spin this around so you can see this bit a little bit better. Right guys, I'm kind of supporting this at a funny angle here so you can see it nicer. So you've got a proper set of wooden grips here, mounted on all of the proper real equipment, no reproduction parts there at all. You've got your actual trigger mechanism here that you can move down. You've got your, well, what I'll call the bolt hold open there, so if you push that down you can spin this section, that'll clamp in, and on a real 50 cal that would then hold the bolt back every time you fired or when you cocked it back, effectively putting the gun into semi-automatic but also letting you pull the bolt back so you can deal with some maintenance issues and little bits and pieces like that. So the back end of this is completely original, and it's just a really nice piece to show people how it works, because you can get, like the kids and stuff like that, they want to see these things, they can get hold of this, they can move it about, and you can show them actually how that operates, all in a completely safe environment. You haven't got to worry about bolts being chucked forwards and the gun bouncing about or anything like that, because there's nothing inside it. Right guys, so here's the other side of it, probably a slightly more interesting bit to have a look at. So here you can see the charging handle, again, the grip and everything on that is original, and all of the handle, that's all original parts. And you've got it on its plate here, the side plate here, that's an original part that's been fitted to this as well. And then you can see a nice shot of the other side where you, obviously when it's set up in this direction, you'd get your links coming out of this side of it. But you could disassemble this like a real one and spin it around to feed from the other direction. So again, some lovely detailing on there. If I can just get the light on it properly for you, if I just look at the monitor. Now you can see, really nice piece of kit. But you can see at the back there, if I get it just right, you can actually see all the way through the gun, because obviously it doesn't have any mechanism or anything in it, and that's the big giveaway with this. When people look at it, I always say, if you look, you can actually see all the way through it. which showing you that's not a real gun, that doesn't have any parts inside it. Now, when I bought this, when I went and see the chap, same bloke who built the A6, he was showing me some of the details that he puts on these, and one of the things he pointed out is just where my finger is here, at the back, you see at this front bit here where my finger is now, that's a nice curve where it goes from lower to higher. It just curves lovely. Now that's one of the small details he was pointing out, that in a lot of the reproductions you'd get the cheaper things, that would just be like a 90-degree straight angle, and he said that takes him hours to make this one curve here. So I'll get the camera closer and see if you can see that, just the sort of level of detail that Chris puts into these things. Right guys, so here's a closer up footage of it, so I can just show you. Really nice piece of equipment. And here's that slope I was telling you about here, where he's made that go all the way down nice and smooth, and you can see that matches the side of this plate here, which is an original plate. If I pull that back, you can see it there. There you go, and you can see the operation of the mock charge and handle system, and you can see the spring inside. And if I let go, that does clack forwards with a fair bit of force. Obviously nothing like an original M2 would, but that's very good for showing people how these things would be operated, and you don't have to worry about any problems to do with DX or anything like that. It's a really nice training aid to use at this shows. So here you can see a closer up shot of the shroud at the front. If I spin it round without tipping it over, see again that's a really nice original part. Got a little bit of a surface rust going on at the front, so I need to give it a bit of oil. Problem with these events in this country, they do get damp, so you do get a little bit of rust here and there. If I move that to the side, you can see the ejection part of the feed system. Again, here where your pins and everything go, you get a bit of wear and a little bit of rust turned up there sometimes. And if I spin you over here, get a nice little shot of that original wood grip there, which is really nice. Right guys, so that was a quick shot just showing you this reproduction M250 caliber machine gun. I know this isn't a proper information video about what the gun was or anything like that. I want to do that at a later date when I'm at a show and this is all set up in a proper mount and everything, so I can show you the full thing. But whilst I got this out, because I'm getting ready for a show that we're doing on Monday, I just wanted to give you a quick overview and show you another nice little bit of kit that I've managed to get hold of here. So hopefully you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time.